Welcome back, everyone, to the Torchlight Infinite Vorax
Season 3. Why does he look like fucking Mark Zuckerberg?
This is shaping up to be one of the most extensive previews we've ever done. We're rolling out a new seasonal mechanic, a new hero, a brand new crafting system, 2 reworked hero traits, many overhauled damage systems, reworked legendaries, major updates to defensive options,
weapons
a major UI overhaul, and tons more. Today, there's gonna be a lot to cover. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it. He said Steve Jobs on Discord. Yeah, I see the Steve Jobs. It does look like him. Like we've seen this trailer already. I assume this is the new pet. And it's a grafting league mechanic, right? So if it's a grafting league mechanic and this is the new pet, this might genuinely be us getting grafted and like injected with.
A snip here and a snip there.
No.
We'll piece you back together again.
God, I hope so. Wait, do I make the model smaller? I'm gonna make myself shorter. I would let her inject me with anything. Alright, Jinx, relax. Carino. I wonder if it's just a visual update for Carino, or if they actually like updated his like hero traits. I assume it's just a fucking
visual update. Let's get into the meat of the update, the Vorax gameplay loop.
Okay.
First, Netherrealm collection. As you clear Netherrealm stages, you'll fight monsters infected with Vorax syndrome. Defeating them grants Vorax substance, the currency for this season's mechanic. Phase 2 is surgical preparation. Spend substance to open the preparation interface, where 6 incubation tanks represent different monster families. Your goal here is to juice these tanks to manipulate their stats,
oh my fucking
quantity,
god,
rarity, and most importantly,
oh my
activity.
God. Wait, isn't that
you
just
can
a
use various
cropless?
surgical instruments and potions to modify these mobs. You can fuse them, mutate them, or cull the weak to buff the strong. It all comes down to one stat: ultimate activity. The higher the total activity across your tanks, the better the loot drops are when you fight the corresponding monsters. Different monsters have different mechanics you can exploit. For example, the Agito rely on awakened mechanics.
Metamorph?
By using items related to neural functions,
now.
you can scale their difficulty and rewards based on intelligence stats. The pests specialize in reproduction, otherwise known as pack density. If you want a screen filled with hundreds of mobs for massive kill count bonuses, focus on the pests. To really push the limits, look out for incubation elixirs. These are race-specific power-ups. For example, the Hollow Cocoon for the pest race triggers a chain reaction, granting a sequence of potions that grow stronger each round and eventually spike ultimate activity. Every race, from Agitos to Bone Sentries, has its own unique god roll sequence to chase. The third phase is the surgery. You've prepped your tanks, now it's time to fight your creations. This is a combat encounter where you enter an arena and face off against the custom monstrosities you just built.
It's actually just Metamorph.
As you defeat them, you fill antidote vials that determine your reward tiers.
Where's the loot?
The more you fill the vial, the better the payout. And a quick warning, keep an ear out for this sound. That signals a scavenger. He's a rarity.
Scavengers.
He's fast, tanky, and he hits hard.
Scavengers from Risk of Rain
He can interrupt your run, but if you take him down, he drops high-value loot. Do not let him escape. For the players who want to push their builds to the limit, we're adding scalpels. These are Netherrealm enhancers that don't take up your standard compass slots. For example, the Titanium Alloy Scalpel. It cranks up the difficulty by attracting more scavengers and elites. But it drives the reward scaling through the roof.
Ooh, wait, this seems cool.
Alright, let's talk about the new crafting system. We call it grafting. It's the most flexible crafting system we've ever added. It lets you combine stats that usually can't exist on the same item. During the Vorax mechanic, you'll find Vorax limbs. These are your crafting bases. They come with unique implicit stats that are totally different from normal gear drops. Once you have a base, you use items like organs to add affixes. Now here's the first big change. Vorax gear ignores attribute pools.
What?
For example, you can roll energy shield on dexterity gear. On top of that, certain Vorax gear slots share the same affix pool when adding ultimate affixes, giving you far more freedom to mix and match stats that usually don't go together.
Oh my god.
Wanna be unkillable?
Oh my god.
You've grafted armor, evasion, and energy shield all onto a single chest armor.
Oh my fucking
Pair that
god.
with dual kismet, headless, and chest defense scaling, and you're not wearing armor anymore. You're a walking fortress. But the real star of this season, legendary grafting. You can now take a piece of legendary gear, break it down, and extract
I'm sorry,
power.
What? What is that?
We call this
is that
the
eternity?
core organ. Then, you can graft that legendary power onto your Vorax rare gear. There are basically two rules. 1. You can have up to 2 legendary mods on a single piece of gear. 2. There are no slot restrictions.
Wait.
Now let me give you some examples of how this changes build making. Let's take a life consume build. Crimson King is essential for damage, but everyone wants that massive max life bonus usually found on Martyr staff. Now normally you have to choose between damage and survivability.
What the
But now in grafting, we can rip out that max life mod straight out of the armor and put it right into your weapon.
Oh my fucking
Now you merge
Jesus.
the lethality of Crimson
What is
King
that
with the
item?
tankiness of Martyr staff in a single build. Keep the damage, gain the life, and solve the tankiness problem. Now let's look at a whirlwind build. It usually makes you move slowly. Usually you have to sacrifice damage to fix that. But with grafting, you can take the mobility charge from the Elegy of Immortality and put it on your helmet. Now, your movement skills refresh constantly while you speed.
Nah.
Need hotbar space, trigger Bull's Rage from Frozen Flame, or Frost Shield from Burning Eyes on belts or boots. Easily auto-casting buffs with no ring tags. And attack builds get really crazy because they are no longer locked onto
it
one
looks
pair of
fucking
legendary gloves.
stupid.
When I play a build that runs Death's Touch, Ghost Slaughter, and Stray Birds Return, well, now you can. Once you have your gear crafted, there is one final step for the brave.
No.
You
What?
can take your Vorax gear to the blacksmith for Vorax corrosion. This is a big gamble.
What?
If you hit the right outcome, you can upgrade your affixes. Legendary mods can hit tier 0, and normal grafted mods can even go higher, hitting tier 0 plus.
Hello? Oh my god, kitties. No. Dude, the grafting is gonna be so fun to play with. The amount of build that's gonna open now is actually genuinely absurd. There's so much power creep this season, but like, build diversity in this game has been so fucking stale lately. And I genuinely think there's gonna be some crazy fucking things you can do now that is just interesting. God, this trailer was so good. She's so pretty. She's so pretty. She's so pretty. She's so pretty. She's so hot. Oh my god, she's so cute. She's so hot.
Jedi Erika is getting a brand new hero trait, Vendetta's Sting. This is a darker version of Erika who was captured and held as a showpiece by Imperial nobles. Now, she's escaped, reclaimed her claws, and is out for revenge. This trait is built entirely around two things, proximity and speed. This is a high-risk, high-reward mechanic. The closer you are to your enemy, the more damage you deal. To help you stay in close range, she has some of the best mobility in-game. But here's the cool part. You don't just use mobility to move, you use it to kill. As you unlock her traits, her movement skills will automatically trigger your main attack skills. That means you don't need to stop moving to swing your weapon.
I'm in.
Just
I'm
dash
in.
through the
I'm
pack,
in.
and the attacks happen automatically.
I'm in.
It creates this
I'm
incredibly
in.
fast,
I'm in.
fluid
I'm
playstyle
in.
where you're constantly zipping between enemies, dealing burst damage without ever standing still. Now, we realized during testing that this playstyle is kinda, intense. Because she moves so fast, the camera effects can be a bit disorienting for some players. So we added a new quality of life feature specifically for this trait.
Okay, but
You can go
I
into your
want the
battle
left
settings
side.
and
I want
toggle
people to
the
watch my
camera
stream and go,
slow-motion
what the
effect.
fuck is going
If
on?
high-speed visuals are making you dizzy, just turn that on and you have a stable, clear view of the action while you tear through them.
This looks so much more boring.
If you like speed, burst damage, and playing right on the edge of danger, Vendetta Sting is the trait for you. Now, if melee isn't really your style, spellcasters are getting a brand new mechanic called Tangle. Usually, playing a spellcaster means spamming a button or relying on spell bursts. Tangle works differently. Think of it as a parasite mechanic. Instead of casting the spell at the enemy, you plant the spell inside them.
It's Penance Brand.
Once a Tangle is attached, you effectively auto-cast a spell on that target over and over again for the entire duration.
Or like
You tap
Penance
them,
Brand. It's just
the
brands.
damage
It's just
keeps
brands.
rolling.
It's just brands. It looks like Penance Brand
And
though.
the best part, it spreads. When your target dies, the Tangle doesn't disappear. It jumps to the next nearest enemy and keeps working. Let's look at how this changes some classic skills. Chromatic Shot usually requires good positioning to hit all your projectiles. With the Tangle variant, it locks on. You get perfect accuracy without
Oh my
trying.
god.
Ice
Oh my
Lance
God.
basically turns the enemy into an automatic frost turret. It's like a machine gun that
Oh my
fires
god.
itself. Chain Lightning. If you stick tangles on a group of enemies, each tangle triggers its own chain lightning. The bolts bounce back and forth between the targets. It absolutely melts high-density packs. To scale Tangle, focus on two stats.
Okay.
First, Tangle Quantity. This lets you infect more enemies at once.
Where's the quantity?
Second, Tangle Stack Limit. This lets you stack more tangles on a single target,
Oh.
crucial for single target
Wait,
boss
that's...
damage. Keep an
Okay.
eye out for new legendaries, such as Old Grudge. This necklace boosts Tangle Quantity and duration as a solid starter option. Later, Malign Embrace greatly increases critical strike damage for faster clears. For melee players, we're expanding the combo skill system with new moves and new scaling options. Gale Slash focuses on mobility.
Oh my god.
The opener is a two-stage dash that cuts through enemies,
Wait, this looks
followed by a
sad.
leap attack finisher for heavy damage. Slotting the new noble support Soaring greatly extends the travel distance,
Bro, wait.
letting you leap
Am I just
across
playing
large
Warcry
portions
Erika
of the
3?
screen.
I'm just playing
Spectral
Warcry Erika
Slash
3 now.
opens with a wide sweep that marks enemies.
Wait, but
Its
like,
finisher
Erika 3
summons up
looks
to
so
5
broken,
clones
but so does
that
Tangle.
leap to mark
Tangle
targets.
doesn't look that broken though. It just
Two
looks
new
really fun.
supports change how it plays. The Legion support doubles clone count based on nearby enemies for faster clear. The Synchrony support lines clones behind you, slamming in unison to create a focused shockwave. To
The
tie it
new
all
UI
together,
looks so
we're
fucking
adding
weird.
Shockwave
I don't like
Warcry,
it.
a skill build for combo settings.
I really don't like the new UI.
It taunts nearby
Wait.
enemies and scales finisher damage based on
Oh.
how many are affected.
Ooh, wait.
Each successful finisher stacks bonus damage and area of effect, rewarding players who keep the combo going.
I think Ether will be
To
committing
support all
suicide.
these new
Don't
builds,
worry.
we're
I'm
adding
good
a
at
batch
that.
of new legendaries. Here
I died like
are a
1,000
few of the
times a
highlights.
season.
First is a chest armor called Silent Avowal.
Huh?
This is one for the block-based tanks. Its
What-
main
what are
gimmick
any of
is
these
that it
words?
reverses your block chance and block ratio. It forces you to balance your stats carefully.
Oh.
When attack and spell block chance are the same, it will provide a high block
Ooh.
ratio. If they are unequal, the higher value gets the lucky property, meaning the game rolls twice and gives you the better result. On top of
Character
that,
important
it
stats.
scales your damage and reduces incoming damage
Oh,
over
that
time
item's cheap.
based on
I
how
spent
high
100k
your
for
block
you.
stats are. If you want to build a beefy blocker, then this is your chest armor. Next, we have another chest piece called Futile Trade-Off. This is designed for the min-maxers who want to stack a single main stat to the moon. It gives you a huge bonus to one main stat, but lowers your other main stats in exchange. It also has a unique defensive layer. If your total main stats stay below a threshold,
Wait, what?
you get a flat reduction to incoming
this dog
elemental
shit?
damage. It's perfect for specialized builds that don't need to be well-rounded to work. Finally, for the summoners, we
Minus
have the
invalid
Iron
kitten
and
back?
Bloom helmet. This unlocks multi-strike for your
What
minions.
sounds in? It's in the
It
chest.
gives them a base multi-strike count and ramps up their damage with every
Oh, wait,
hit
what
in
what
the
slot was
sequence.
that?
And if you land the right corrosion, it upgrades the item so that, based on your minion's command or growth, attacks have a chance
What?
to bypass the ramp up and instantly deal
Excuse me?
damage equal to the max multi-strike
Excuse me?
count. It turns your minions into burst damage machines.
Who the fuck went oh, Spurt Magic Growth? Let's do multi-strike.
Next, let's talk about balance. This season isn't just about new content. It's a massive overhaul of the underlying systems. We have revamped 2 hero mechanics, 3 damage systems, tweaked some legendaries, and updated a ton of defensive options. The headline feature this season is a full rework of the ailment system. Previously, ailment builds were restrictive and unclear, so we rebuilt them from the ground up. First, base ailment damage now has a variable range, just like your hit damage. This means stats like chance to inflict ailment are much more important now.
Oh.
You need to balance 3 things: chance, duration, and hit count. Change number 2. Ailment stacks have been standardized to improve clarity and game performance.
Wilt is not capped?
Wilt is now capped at 50 stacks. Trauma is fixed at 1 stack. Ignite now starts at 1 stack and can scale up to 4 through progression
fucked
and
PSS.
items. To help
50
you
is
hit
so
these
small, that's
caps
what she
with
said.
buff-specific legendaries. Take the helmet's Sun's
Rogue Wilt?
Embrace.
Wilt's still gonna be
It
good.
gives +1 to your Ignite limit and adds extra stacks. This is now best in slot for breaking that fire damage ceiling. Then look at the glove's Chaos Abyss.
Ooh.
When
Dex
enemies
stacker?
are affected by less than 50 wilt stacks, it doubles your duration. This makes it way easier for slower skills to maintain maximum stacks. Change number 3. Gear affixes.
Dude, I
We've
feel so
simplified how you
weird.
get damage on
What the
gear.
fuck?
You will now see explicit affixes like adds base trauma damage. This decouples ailments from skill multipliers, making the math way cleaner. We also move these mods to lower tiers on weapons, so it's
Interesting.
much cheaper to craft your starter weapons. Change number 4. The endgame shift. Here is the biggest change to build crafting. Conversion. New legendary affixes will allow you to convert a percentage of your added flat damage into base ailment damage. For
What?
example, look at the Evil Heart armor.
Oh.
It converts
that's
your raw
cool.
flat damage into ailment damage.
Wait, what? Wait, that's
This
cool.
opens up huge build diversity. You can now play an armor stacker, a life stacker, or an attribute stacker, and use that raw power to scale a dot build. You aren't forced to use specific dot skills anymore. If you can stack flat damage, you can play ailments. The goal is smoother early game progression while also allowing for much more build freedom in the end.
E1 MC
Next,
login.
let's look at how we've overhauled explosion mechanics to make them consistent across all builds. Previously, explosion damage scaled your character's damage stats. This created a large gap where, some builds could wipe entire screens instantly while others barely felt the effect. In the Vorax season, explosions now deal fixed true damage.
Ooh.
This damage does not scale with your damage modifiers. Your damage and additional damage stats no longer affect explosion damage. As a result, explosions shift from a scaling damage source to a pure utility tool, creating a more level playing field across builds. We also took a look at the freeze and frostbite mechanics. In previous seasons, frostbite and freeze were, kinda messy. The math behind application rate and duration was overly complex. It felt less like a unique mechanic and more like just another generic damage boost. For Vorax, we completely rebuilt freeze. First, simplified progression. We deleted the clutter. Stats like frostbite rating inflicted, frostbite rating per second, and freeze duration are gone. Instead, frostbite rating is now a simple bar on the enemy. The base cap is 10 points. You can upgrade this cap through gear and passives up to 100 points.
I wasn't looking.
Damage scaling.
I wasn't
Here
looking.
is why you want that number high. Every point of frostbite rating increases the cold damage the monster takes. It's a direct damage multiplier. The higher the bar, the harder you hit. When frostbite rating hits 100, the monster freezes. Now, this works differently than before. Instead of completely immobilizing the target, which usually causes issues with boss phases, the new freeze seals their actions periodically. Think of it as a massive stutter or interruption effect. It keeps the enemy locked down enough to be safe, while still ensuring the fight mechanics can still play out properly. Naturally, with the freeze system getting a total overhaul, we had to update Gemma too, aka Frostbitten Heart. She takes a new system beyond its limits. While most characters are capped at 100 frostbite rating, Gemma can exceed it. Any frostbite rating over 100 is converted into a new effect called Glacial Night. A powerful debuff that further increases cold damage
It's not working on my stream, just
heavily
open up the
slows
stream
enemy
maybe,
movement,
and have it open in the
attack,
background.
and cast speed. This cements her role as a premier crowd control damage dealer. We've also adjusted her signature Cold Pulse. Its release frequency is now adjustable, letting you tune it for fast clearing with rapid pulsers, or slower, heavier pulses for sustained buffs during boss fights. Spacetime Elapse Yoga is also getting a massive rework.
Oh?
We heard the feedback. He kind of felt slow, fragile, and his damage ramp up didn't match the pace of the game. This update brings him up to speed. First, we improved the actual feel of his signature skill, Twisted Spacetime, and increased the area by 30%. We also cut the activation interval in half, from 4 seconds down to 2 seconds. This makes the damage feel much snappier. Crucially, we expanded what Twisted Spacetime can record. It now records damage over time, ripping damage, and rip purification damage. This is a game changer for build variety. You aren't locked into hit-based builds anymore. You can run full dot or rip setups and still get the massive multipliers Yoga is famous for. Finally, we reworked his level 60 trait to fix his survivability issues. When you deal damage over time, you now gain stacks of torment. Each stack of torment additionally increases damage over time dealt. While Twisted Spacetime is active, you gain additional damage reduction. Overall, Yoga is faster, tankier, and far more flexible than ever before.
I don't care.
We've also updated several current existing skills to better fit the current meta. First up, Ring of Blades received a major scaling pass.
Okay, I love Ring of Blades.
Its damage bonus now scales directly with your channeling stacks limit, and a base damage buff pushes its endgame ceiling much higher. Its exclusive supports were also reworked. Blade formation now scales directly with your projectile quantity. If you stack additional projectiles, you increase the density of the blade spinning around you. It turns the skill into a monster for map clearing. Razor Edge now uses her channeling stacks to scale projectile speed. Higher speed means the blades spin further out, drastically increasing her effective area of effect. Scorching Beam was adjusted to address long-range damage fall. The explosion radius at maximum stacks has been increased from 3 meters to 5 meters, making it easier to overlap explosions on a single target.
This looks so
to support
cool.
this change, we redesigned its support skill, Disintegrate. It now ties directly into the reworked ailment system.
You have to go for
the damage scales based on the number of ignite stacks on the target. We've already shown how Evil Heart Armor and Chaos Abyss are reshaping the ailment meta. But one more classic is getting a major update, Broken Sun Ring. This ring has been reworked to support Steep Strike, Shadow Strike, and Demolisher builds. Its new core mechanic Solar Ring treats enemies as if they are closer than they actually are, letting you benefit from close-range damage bonuses while staying at a safer distance. If you push it further with Corrosion, you can unlock Corona. This causes all enemies inside the ring to be treated as within 3 meters of you,
Wait, that's so
which
good.
pairs extremely well with Erika's new trait. Let's talk defense and
That's so good.
survivability. There's been a clear gap between archetypes. Attack builds that can stack armor and war cries feel extremely tanky,
True,
while
and
magic
overtuned.
builds often struggle to survive,
True.
especially in the endgame.
Magic war
This
cries.
update is
Let's
closing
go.
the gap. We've increased the caps on affixes that convert physical and erosion damage into elemental damage. This is major for spellcasters and energy shield builds.
Jesus.
Instead of forcing armor into
Jesus.
builds that don't support it, you can now redirect incoming damage into elemental resistances, which are much easier to cap.
Okay, wait, that's good.
We've also addressed
That is
Energy
good.
Shield's biggest weakness, damage over time. A new ultimate affix has been added to intelligence-based armor. If your Energy Shield exceeds 8000, you can gain additional damage over time mitigation. With enough investment, Energy Shield builds can now counter dot damage. Next up, defensive talents on
Redirecting
belts.
first to elementals above
We're
for
making
armor.
it cheaper to build up your defenses. In the past, getting top-tier defensive
think armor's
talents
gonna be
like Full
overtuned.
Defense, Panacea, or Master Escapist meant buying expensive, double-rolled divinity slates. Now you can get these talents on your belt for the blending system.
Nice.
This frees
sick.
up your divinity slates for offensive stats and lowers the budget required to get your survivability
Wait, that's
up
cool.
and running.
I like that.
That covers the changes to builds and existing systems. Now let's talk about where you're actually gonna use them. The Supreme Showdown is getting a brand new boss. Floor 20 introduces a brand new Supreme boss, the All-Seeing Prophet.
What the f-
Lore-wise, he has gathered eyes from across the realms.
Oh my god,
to
it
see
looks cool.
everything
It
at
looks
once,
cool, it looks cool, it looks
trapping
cool.
himself in a paradox.
It looks so
Mechanically,
cool.
the fight is all about eye management. The white eyes
management?
are your power source.
I'm
Collect
blind.
them to gain strength. The dark eyes are death zones. Avoid them at all costs. This encounter is going to be testing positioning, awareness, and reaction speed. Floor 21 brings a familiar nightmare back to the top of the Supreme Showdown. Night Slayer, the Wilting
Yeah, this guy's easy as fuck.
returns from the land of the dead. Fully buffed
Dude,
and
20 looks
upgraded,
so cool.
ready to stat check the strongest builds in the game. The Supreme Showdown mechanics have also rotated.
Wait, did you say
with
6
energy
trillion?
bombs making their return. Holding the bomb
Wait,
provides a major damage
a 6
boost,
trillion?
but remember to throw them at the boss before they detonate. Next up, the Overrealm is going core.
Wait.
Along with it, we are introducing new tools to make the
Is it
Overrealm
for Raven Shop?
smoother,
You stand in the middle.
faster, and more profitable. First, new exclusive compasses to customize your realm. If you want to reduce time spent in the Overrealm and are confident in the strength of your build, you might want to try the Control Overrealm Compass. It spawns more monsters carrying Bottle Shadow, but removes the reverse clock. The Containment Overrealm Compass addresses the frustration of getting stuck on a floor. This
Those are
compass
chance
gives
lead
you
to
a chance to
Overrealm
drop a
stage.
compulsory containment key, which can be used to force open the door to the next level.
Ooh.
We've also added a dedicated Netherrealm talent tree for Overrealm. You can now customize
Wait, that's
exactly
so many
what you want to
points.
farm. You can toggle talents to show special objects, such as a floating skull, anti-mimetic cage, and gatekeeper on your minimap.
Yo, I think Overwhelm's gonna be good, chat.
You can spec into talents that give rare monsters and bosses a chance to revive. Double the kills, double the loot. Now, if you are particularly fond of the Overrealm exclusive treasures, such as Solid River and Inverse Image, there's an even more extreme talent available. You can give up the chance to acquire
Oh,
Bottle
shit.
Shadow in the Overrealm, in exchange for an increased probability of encountering the Doorkeeper on every floor.
Oh,
Combined with the
shit.
talent that grants the Doorkeeper a chance to summon the Door Hunter upon revival, it ensures that the Door Hunter is no longer just a beautiful legend. Additionally, you can utilize Netherrealm talents to manipulate Overrealm disturbances, block specific unwanted ones, and simultaneously increase the probability of
It's
other Overrealm
91
disturbances
Atlas
appearing.
points, what the fuck?
Next up, Ethereal Prisms.
That's insane. What?
After watching how players have been using them, the testing phase is officially over. Ethereal Prisms are graduating from experimental and becoming a permanent
Yes!
system.
Oh, I love prisms.
We're not just keeping them though,
They're
we're
so
refining
good.
them.
They're so
First,
cool.
we've overhauled the crafting rules. Prisms no longer have a fixed influence shape. Now, the first craft affix allows you to customize the shape and area of influence,
Oh.
letting you slot that prism exactly where you need
Wait, that's
it.
so cool.
We also heard your feedback about the risks of crafting. We've added a new option to the third affix slot. Do not replace original core talent. This is a huge quality of life change that lets you craft aggressively without worrying about accidentally overwriting the key talent that defines your build. For players who want consistency over risk, we're adding the Ethereal Prism Phantasmagoria. This version never modifies core talents and instead purely enhances crafted affix effects, making it the most
Interesting.
reliable way to scale passive power. We've also expanded the core talent pool to open up some wild new build possibilities.
Inverse image
For
size
the
on that?
summoners out there, look at Commander's Gambit. This grants your minions unprecedented power. Now, when you receive a blessing, your minions get it too, simultaneously.
Ooh. Hey, that's cool.
And the best part, their limit is double yours. For evasion-based players, we've reworked Adaptive Defense. It now provides injury buffer and deflection. This gives evasion builds a much-needed backbone,
Wait.
significantly reducing
Wait,
the
that's
risk
so
of getting
fucking
one
good
shot
for evasion
by a
based
straight
rolls.
projectile. We've added brand new talents to the mix too. Fury Fantasy converts excess ailment chance over the cap into additional ailment damage, synergizing directly with the new ailment system.
Makes sense.
And for the melee lovers, Storm's command scales melee damage based on the number of unique Warcry effects
Oh
active,
my god.
rewarding aggressive, high-volume setups.
No.
Finally, let's take a look
fuck?
at the inverse images. Inverse images now roll with 1, 2, 3 temper affixes. Only temper affixes have variable ranges, while all other stats are fixed, making perfect rolls rare and extremely valuable. To support this, we've added a new recycling and reforging system that lets you break down low-quality drops
Ooh.
for a chance to reroll and upgrade them. We're also
Okay.
constantly tuning the endgame experience in the Netherrealm to make your mapping sessions feel smoother and fairer. For the
Oh my
Vorax
god, I don't know
season,
if I like the
we've
new map
taken a
layout.
hard look at resonance affixes that felt too punishing. We know there are certain map mods that can just brick a run or unfairly one-shot you, so we've dialed back on the difficulty. For example, the affix that grants enemies additional damage against players at low life or low mana. Previously, this ramped up enemy damage by a massive 58%, which was often a death sentence. We have slashed that value down to 30%. This is a major improvement for players running low life and low mana builds, lowering the
Unlucky
survival threshold
Unlucky
in high
chat.
pressure encounters
Crit the stone
and
thing.
giving players more room to react and outplay the content. Now, let's address a major endgame pain point, the damage cap. We know the frustration. After weeks of min-maxing, you push deep space, stack compasses that boost monster health and rewards, and suddenly enemies feel like bullet sponges. When monster HP scales up to ultra high values, you hit a wall. The game's damage cap restricts your output, forcing you into long, dragged out fights. It
Yeah,
interrupts
has
the
crit
flow and
immunity. It's just
quite
expensive for that.
frankly just doesn't feel good. In the Vorax season, we're making a major quality of life change. In certain content, monster HP will no longer scale to massive levels. Instead, that extra durability is being converted into damage mitigation. Effective toughness is going to be staying the same, but the
my
actual
God.
HP is significantly
Oh,
reduced.
that's good, that's good, that's good,
This
that's
means
good.
builds that were
My
previously
500
hard-capped
trillion damage
can now
builds
deal
are
more
still gonna be
relative
500
damage.
trillion.
For
Instead of
example,
feeling like
a
fucking
monster
wet
with
noodles.
50% damage mitigation effectively doubles the damage cap, letting high-end builds push much further. Tanky enemies like the Cube's Malice Judge, Arcana's Emperor, and security units in Outlaw will go down far faster during
Let's go.
regular farming. For true limit testers, pinnacle content like the Cage of Original Sin will still feature massive HP pulls to challenge your absolute DPS skill.
No.
But for everyday farming, the brick wall is gonna be gone. Now next, let's talk loot, specifically ultimate
In Arcana
memories.
changes? Not yet.
We want every ultimate drop to feel like a win. In the Vorax season, ultimate memories are receiving a major buff across the board, and will now be guaranteed to roll at least one Tier 1 fixed affix,
Okay.
raising the baseline and ensuring a high tier foundation from the start. If a drop still doesn't have great rolls, it won't be a complete dud because recycling returns have been increased tenfold. Scrapping an ultimate memory now yields 20 memory threads instead of 2.
Wait, I might fall
even
fire before
unwanted
people
drops
get on
real
this and
economic
realize
value.
it's OP.
We've also streamlined the affix pool to make crafting smoother. Base affixes have been optimized to reduce clutter. For example, minion attack speed and minion cast speed have been merged into a single
That makes no
affix,
sense.
removing dead stats, making it easier for summoners to find premium gear and increase versatility
summoner
for
flares.
everyone else. And talking about loot, we've made major improvements to fluorescent memories. Drop tables have been reweighed so that high-value memories appear far more often.
Kong?
Expect to drop
Kong,
more
Kong,
valuable
Kong, Kong,
memories
Kong, Kong.
this season.
Dude, Kong is being
We're also
rotated in this
expanding
league, so I have to
target farming
buff
options for some
Kong because it's
of
a
the
Kong
rarest
league.
items in the game. 2 new memories, Exile Destiny and Calamity's Devotion,
Wait, no,
can
isn't
now
it
be
Door in this
collected
league?
and exchanged for powerful rewards. Undetermined Fate and randomized priceless rings with cursed affixes.
Yeah,
These
it's Kong right
changes
now.
give you more
So you
control
have to-
over your
Wait,
grind,
what, Dazzle?
more ways to chase build-defining gear.
Huh?
Now, speaking of
Wait,
priceless
what?
rings, we know the emotional roller
Wait, that's such a cool
coaster.
card.
You hear the drop, you get really excited, and then you look at it and it's the wrong base. In Vorax, we're fixing that. The God of Machines talent constellation has been updated with a new ring type filter talent.
Fuck,
If your build does not use certain
Fuck
ring
spirit
types,
rings.
you can
Let's
disable
fucking
them
go.
entirely,
Let's
allowing
fucking
you to
go.
target farm the exact base you need. We've
Fuck
also
you,
added a
hidden
nearby
players.
talent that increases the base drop rate of priceless gear. Together, these changes solidify the God of Machines as a top tier option for high-end gear farming. Now, this approach is not limited to a single system. Similar improvements have been applied across many classic game modes. Let's jump over to God of Might. We've completely reworked the Ember Drop system here. The talent constellation now lets you target farm specific Ember types based on their stage of progression.
Oh.
Early in the season, you can spec into nodes that prioritize precious and matchless embers, speeding up early crafting and getting builds online faster. Once your build can handle the heat, you can respec to increase difficulty and focus on ultimate embers, with a significantly higher drop rate than before.
Okay.
If you're
That's
chasing the
cool.
best crafting materials in the game, God of Might is now the go-to destination. Now let's talk about the Destiny system. We heard the
Arcana.
feedback. Since launch,
Nerf,
popular kismets have stayed extremely expensive, often locking build-defining
Good.
options behind prices
Fuck
that
Arcana players,
most
fuck
players
Arcana
can
players.
reasonably reach.
Legolas,
To
fuck
address the
you.
supply issue,
Arcana
Vorax
abuser.
introduces a new direct compass drop source. Completing tarot trials in the Netherrealm now has a chance to drop Arcana compasses directly.
Oh.
More compasses in circulation means more Kismet farming and an increased supply overall. The goal is to bring trade house prices down and to make finishing your build far more achievable without requiring
Arcana buff.
excessive currency. But we didn't stop at just the big seasonal
Arcana
mechanics.
buffed!
We note that general, utility compasses often see wild price spikes or variations in the
I
trade
hate
house,
those
causing
games.
some serious supply
Fucking
and demand
Arcana
issues.
abusers.
To smooth this out, we've added a new series of drop-oriented talents specifically for these compasses within the Compass talent constellation. By speccing into these nodes, you can ensure a steady supply of these essentials. This should keep the market stable and ensure you always have the juice you need to run your maps efficiently.
What?
We've also optimized the compass recycling system. Recycling a compass now grants
Oh.
tokens of varying rarities, which can be exchanged for new compasses.
Ooh.
This same system has been applied to the Frozen Canvas. We've seen a large market imbalance, where meta support skills are extremely
God.
expensive, while
Canvas.
the off-meta ones are
Oh my god, 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 oh my god.
It feels
oh my
really
god.
bad to drop a high-tier item that has no value, simply because it isn't
Oh
popular
my god,
at the time.
Canvas.
To address
I love this
this,
game.
we're introducing an
I love
exclusive
this game.
support skill recycle system.
This is such a
Unwanted
good
support
change.
skills can now be scrapped into concepts, with higher tier skills yielding more concepts. These can then be exchanged at the trader for a random exclusive support
It's
skill,
just more gambling.
giving players another chance at a high value drop.
It's just more
Let's talk about
gambling.
your league start. We reviewed early game looting, especially
wait for
from
the
the God's
canvas.
chest from the Profound Talent constellation.
I
And found
love
rewards
canvas.
weren't
I love
living up
Bob
to the
Rossing.
expectations. In Vorax, these chests now drop significantly better loot, making it feel more worthwhile. But the bigger change is survivability. We know early game builds can be a little squishy. In the past, if you died, you lost your accumulated stacks. It was really punishing. Now, in the Vorax season, dying no longer clears your accumulated stacks. You keep your progress, making the early game smoother, more forgiving, and far more
The
convenient.
fuck is accumulation
We're also
stats?
continuing to refresh classic mechanics with new twists in Vorax. The cube gets a new fortuitous cube compass, slotting it as mini cubes to your maps. Interacting
Wait,
with
what?
them triggers instant encounters that can drop desire crystals, spawn elite packs, or reveal the new special boss, the Cube Goblin,
Okay.
with rewards worth chasing. Dark Surge is also getting a meaningful update. New talents in the Dark Surge constellation allow rare monsters from other mechanics to grant Dark Surge energy. This lets you layer Dark Surge alongside other systems,
Oh,
adding
Dark
more
Surge
flexibility
Cube.
when
Log in.
building your ideal looting
Surge
strategy.
Cube. Login.
Next up, Sandlord. We heard the feedback. Random raid events were triggering too frequently, breaking the flow of NetherRealm runs, and the rewards often didn't really, justify the interruption. This season, the frequency of the raid events has been significantly reduced, while the rewards for each event have been greatly increased.
I'm not gonna give an
You'll
opinion until I
encounter
see
them
the.
less often, but when they do
Okay.
appear, the payoff
Okay.
will be worth stopping for. For
Okay.
endgame players pushing deep space, we're turning the difficulty up. A new NetherRealm resonance, the Deep Space Resonance, is now available. You can toggle it on before entering a stage. This mode converts salt modifiers into 9 high difficulty red
Excuse
mods.
me.
It's brutal, but the payoff matches the risk. Clear the
Excuse
stage and you'll earn a
me.
massive drop quantity bonus, making it one of the most rewarding farming options available. To support this playstyle, we've also updated the
Oh my
NetherRealm
fucking
Talent
God.
constellation. You can now invest directly into nodes that enable targeted
Giga Deep
deep
Space.
space resonance farming,
Ultra gigs.
keeping a steady supply of fuel as you push your build to its limits. To add more depth to deep space, we're introducing 4 new probes: Mechanical, Titan, Dull, and Bounty. Using these in deep space maps gives you a chance to spawn powerful enemies. Defeating these enemies doesn't just reward loot, it can unlock additional gameplay. For example, killing a Might Goblin can open a new God of Might trial
75.
directly inside your current map, effectively creating a map within a map. These probes drop exclusively from the Cage of Original Sin, giving pinnacle
Oh my
content
God,
another
wait.
valuable reward
You have
chase.
to form
That
cage
just
to even
about
be
wraps
able
up
to
the
do
system
these
updates.
probes.
With
They're gonna be
overwhelm
fucking
and
1
ethereal
KP
prisms
each.
going core, major loot and endgame improvements, expanded classic mechanics, deeper deep space gameplay, and new recycling and exchange options, this season offers more and more ways than ever to earn rewards and build power.
Bro, endgame juicing this
But
season. is
behind
gonna
all
be
the flashy
insane.
updates, there's that critical infrastructure that keeps everything running. For Vorax, we've upgraded many core systems to remove friction from your grind.
Okay. Cool.
First, UI. Remember those concept designs we showed you during TorchCon? They're finally here.
No, I know.
This is the first phase of our UI overhaul.
I know.
We've given a fresh coat of paint to the systems you use every single day. The main interface,
It's gonna take me
the trade
so long
house,
to get used
the
to this.
inventory, the NetherRealm,
It looks so
and the
weird
skill
for me.
system. Everything
What?
looks cleaner, sharper, and more modern.
What?
We've even refined every gear icon.
If it doesn't look
So
good,
when
if
a
it doesn't look
legendary
sharp?
drops,
Yeah.
it actually looks legendary. Now we know UI changes can disrupt muscle memory, so layouts and interactions remain exactly where you expect them.
Nice.
They may look a little bit different, but nothing should feel
Looks removable?
unfamiliar.
No. Looks
And
like
it's
Korean
not just the
anymore.
UI getting a glow up. We've revamped the default models for Carino, Gemma, and Ray.
Oh! Oh my god!
These legends
Oh my
are part
God.
of Torchlight.
Did you see that
and they
thighs?
deserve to look the part.
Did you see her
And
thighs?
it's not just the heroes. We've redesigned a massive number of monster models,
Holy
overhauled
fuck.
combat effects. We want the visual feedback to be spectacular. When you cast a spell or land a crit, we want you to feel the impact. The battlefield is going to look more chaotic, more beautiful, and more visceral than ever before.
I can't
if you're
tell the
playing on
difference
PC,
between
there's
off
a
and
new
on.
setting you should definitely check out.
I
Global
can't tell
lighting.
the difference.
Turn this on, and the game feels totally
What
different.
is the difference?
Skill effects, pet spirits, and even loot beams dynamically light the environment in real time,
Oh, lighting.
giving combat a completely different feel. Now, what you're seeing this season is just the very first step of our graphics overhaul, which will likely need several seasons to be fully implemented. We decided instead of holding back for one single massive update, we would rather deliver improvements
Good, I
incrementally
like
season
that.
by season.
I like that.
So, after launch, we're going to be listening very closely to your feedback. This right now is just a foundation, and we're going to keep building upon it until we deliver the best visual experience possible. Now, on the technical side, we've also been hard at work optimizing core gameplay systems, starting with collision. We've read your feedback and we know how frustrating it feels when the engine works against you. Camera jitter and character shaking near map edges have largely been resolved. We also fixed the sluggishness you might have noticed when using mobility skills close to walls. No more invisible geometry.
Oh,
Just
that's
move
good.
fluid
That's
movement, so you can focus on fighting monsters, not the terrain. Now we're not just refining
Work on
physics
rock
and the game
makers
engine,
around.
we're refining the soul of the game. Heroes should feel like true companions, so we significantly expanded voice lines and added new dynamic triggers. Leading the charge is Cat-Eye Erika and her new Vendetta Sting trait. Between maps,
Wait.
she may share stories like the Bloody Odyssey
Oh my
Night,
god, that's
revealing how
cool.
this legendary
Wait,
assassin made the nobles of the Midlands tremble.
We're not fighting some villain. We are fighting an empire.
But it's not just lore.
Oh my god.
The game now
Oh my
reacts
God.
to your actions.
That's so cool.
Complete key achievements
I love
and
this
she'll
so
respond.
much.
Sometimes with a rare smile, sometimes sharing your frustration,
I
adding a new layer of personality to your journey.
Wow, this is worth more than Arminius's head.
Much
We
as
wait
well,
in the
this is worth more than.
shadows for the dawn.
For mouse and
Oh.
keyboard players, especially on ranged builds, we know the wrist strain is real. To help, we've implemented a new auto-aim feature.
Ooh.
Enable it in settings to reduce physical strain during long farming
Nice.
sessions. The Pro Build interface
Is Megan
now
gonna play
clearly
Sky?
highlights
Should shut
any
down.
skills or supports you don't own, making it easier to understand why your build is missing. And that covers our major quality
Okay,
of
that's
life
cool. I like
optimizations
that.
this season. We want TLI to feel better to play every day.
Okay, now get to the real
We'll
content.
keep listening to your
Cosmetics.
feedback and
Also-
fixing the small stuff.
I like the big
Because at
syringe
the
with
end
like
of
the
the day,
fucking.
we really
pumpkin.
just want this to be the smoothest and most fun ARPG experience you can play.
Double seems before? True. Oh wait, you guys can't see it because my tits are on the way.
Next up, our new events.
Oh, wings.
To celebrate the new year and as a thank you for your
Wings.
support, we've prepared a massive amount of events.
Dude, she looks
with
so
respective
fucking
awards.
cute.
The Dancing
my
Dragon
fucking God,
Festival
she looks so
includes a
cute.
series of events, ranging from check-in to objective-based events. The rewards here are stacked. A legendary Battle Pack Spirit selection pack, 10 Battle Pack Spirit draws, the activation medium Motionless, a
We get it
massive stack
again?
of tax vouchers for the trade house,
Okay, but
and some
we get
truly
Motionless
exquisite
again?
back accessories.
Alcohol of G.
Oh, and don't forget, the first top-up double bonus has been reset.
Yay.
For every tier, your first top-up grants double primos. The Vorax season also offers a separate
Oh my
series
god, that
of
icon, that icon, that
objective-based
icon,
events
that icon,
for you
that
to
icon.
Complete these missions to claim
What's
a
Motionless?
total
It's an
of
activation
30
medium.
legendary battle
It's an
pack
it
spirit
optimizes your
draws.
abilities.
On top of
Understand
these,
so?
you're also looking at rare season drop pack spirits.
Why is it cost
rare
blurred? It
pack
wasn't
spirit
cost. It
upgrade
was.
emblems,
It was something else.
exclusive
blurred.
weapon appearances,
The like
and more.
duration.
For players looking to prove their mastery of the Netherrealm, special trophy awaits.
Ooh, coupons. I
Defeat
like
Plane
coupons.
Watchers on Plane 6 within Profound Time Arc 8 to earn Conquest Insignias. Collect enough insignias to
these
exchange for
insignias don't
General
fucking
Rascal's
exist.
signature
They're so
weapon,
rare.
conquering this season's toughest challenges. Oh, and
They're
speaking
so
of conquering
fucking rare.
challenges, let's talk about the hardcore server.
I don't care.
If you
I'm
prefer
gonna
the
get it.
stress of having only one life, mark your calendars for February 12th.
Ooh.
This
I
4-week
can't
period gives you enough time to learn
Yo,
the
that's me.
mechanics on
That's
the main
me, chat.
server
Sudden
before you
awakening.
risk it
That's me
all.
in the morning.
At
Look at
launch,
this.
we're going to be hosting an exclusive leaderboard event. Reach the top to earn the hardcore server exclusive Honor Portrait, the ultimate badge of survival. Next up, Pack Spirits. Intern Shelly. She's your drop pack spirit. She lets
Oh
you
my God,
refresh
she's so
surgical
cute.
instruments
Oh my
to
God.
fish or hide to your
Oh my
mobs,
God.
and gives you a chance to double your antidote vial rewards.
I want to fucking...
Kitty Express. Perfect companion for Vendetta Sting. She grants massive attack damage and the attack aggression effects. Finally, let's take a look at all the new cosmetics, including this season's new gender bender skin.
I need it.
Erika is getting the Glitch Walker skin, a full cybernetic overhaul. It comes with a hero outfit, weapon skin, custom body effect, and a stunning new visual for her Vendetta Sting trait.
Not sure.
Next up, Yoga gets a legendary transformation skin, the Stygian Bride. Drawing from the legend of Narcissus, she is captivated by her own reflection, summoning duplicates to fight alongside her in the frigid tides of the Styx. This includes a transformation appearance, a new Chain Lightning skin, and an exclusive portrait. We also have a new back accessory called Harmonic Rotation.
Holy fuck.
This isn't just a static prop. As you kill enemies, it actually reacts, collecting light and switching between the solar and lunar forms.
That looks cool.
And finally, why should your hero be the only one who gets a new look? We're releasing a new cosmetic for the God of Might called Mountain Cleaving Spores. When you equip this, the entire appearance of the trial changes. Experience the mechanic in a whole new light.
What the fuck?
From the all-new Vorax mechanic, Erika's new trait, to grafting, a mountain of quality of life updates, and her brand new UI.
I need to spend a lot of money.
This season is gonna be absolutely packed. Now Vorax is right around the corner, coming January 15, and the team really pulled out all the stops for this one. We hope you'll enjoy it, and we can't wait to see you all on launch day. That's all for today, and we'll catch you all on the next one.